Lesson 1, The Lone Star State Beckons.
Hey Anna, did you know that Andrew Jackson actually left the USA for Texas due to personal problems and political difficulties?
Wow, I didn't realize that. What made him decide to leave the country and head to Texas of all places?
Well, it seems Jackson was facing some significant challenges back home. Texas offered him a chance for a fresh start, I suppose.
Interesting. I'm curious to learn more about what specifically led him to make that dramatic move to the Lone Star State.
From what I understand, Jackson had been embroiled in some intense political feuds and controversies in Washington.
I see, so he was probably looking to escape the drama and tensions of the capital. Texas must have seemed like the perfect refuge.
Exactly. And at the time, Texas was still part of Mexico, so it provided a bit of geographic distance from his troubles.
Yes, that makes sense. A whole new country could offer him the chance to start over away from the spotlight.
Precisely. Though of course, Texas would eventually break away from Mexico and become its own independent republic.
Fascinating. I wonder if Jackson played any role in that transition or if he was just trying to find a quiet place to lay low.
From what I've read, he didn't really get involved in the Texas independence movement. He was more focused on trying to find peace and solitude.
I see. So it was really just a personal decision for him, not a political one. Just needed to get away from it all.
Right, he was just looking for a fresh start. Though of course, Texas would later become a big part of American history.
Absolutely. It's interesting to think about how Jackson's decision to seek refuge there may have had broader implications.
Definitely. His time in Texas, even if brief, was probably an important chapter in his life and in the state's history.
For sure. It just goes to show how the personal decisions of historical figures can end up having much wider reverberations.
Exactly. Even the most seemingly isolated choices can end up shaping larger events and trajectories.
Fascinating stuff. I love learning about these little-known backstories and how they fit into the bigger picture.
Me too. It really brings history to life in a more nuanced and compelling way, don't you think?
Absolutely. These kinds of personal anecdotes make historical figures so much more relatable and human.
Definitely. Alright, I'm glad I could share this interesting tidbit about Andrew Jackson and his Texas adventure with you.
I appreciate you filling me in. It's always a pleasure learning new historical tidbits from you.
Happy to do it. Let me know if you ever want to dive deeper into other little known stories from the past.
Will do. This was a great chat. Thanks for sparking my curiosity about Andrew Jackson's Lone Star journey.
My pleasure. I always enjoy these kinds of enriching historical discussions with you.
Likewise. Alright, I should probably get going, but this was a wonderful way to spend some time.
Agreed. Take care, and I look forward to our next fascinating history chat.
Lesson 2, Exploring Artistic Inspiration.
Hey Anna, I can see the influence of Van Gogh's use of color in your vibrant paintings.
Ah, you noticed. Van Gogh's bold and expressive use of color has definitely been a big inspiration for me.
It really shows. There's such an energy and vibrancy to your work that's reminiscent of his style.
Absolutely. I'm drawn to the way he used color to convey emotion and movement in his paintings.
Definitely. The thick, swirling brushstrokes and powerful palette just seem to radiate off the canvas.
Completely. I love how he wasn't afraid to use really intense, almost clashing colors to create these amazing visual compositions.
Definitely. There's a raw, almost unrestrained quality to his work that I think is so captivating.
Definitely. And you can see how that sense of freedom and spontaneity comes through in my own pieces as well.
Definitely. There's a wonderful sense of dynamism and expression in your paintings.
Thanks. I find that letting the paint flow and applying it with bold, gestural strokes really helps capture that Van Gogh-esque energy.
Absolutely. The texture and movement in your work is just mesmerizing.
I'm so glad you appreciate that. Van Gogh's work has been a constant source of inspiration for me.
It really shows. There's an undeniable connection between his style and the vibrant, emotive quality of your art.
Definitely. I'm always striving to channel that raw, unapologetic use of color and brushwork in my own paintings.
And you're doing an incredible job of it. Your work has such a captivating, almost hypnotic quality to it.
Thank you, that's so kind of you to say. Van Gogh's art has truly been transformative for me as a painter.
I can absolutely see that. The passion and authenticity in your work is palpable, just like his.
That means so much to me. I'm honored to be carrying on that expressive, colorful tradition in my own way.
And you're doing it beautifully. Van Gogh would no doubt be proud to see the impact he's had on an artist like yourself.
Wow, that's an incredibly humbling thought. I'm so grateful to have discovered his work and let it inspire my own creative journey.
As you should be. It's a testament to the enduring power and influence of great art.
Absolutely. Van Gogh's legacy lives on through passionate artists like myself. It's a true privilege.
Beautifully said. Your work is a vibrant, living extension of his revolutionary artistic vision.
I'm honored to carry that torch. Thank you for seeing and appreciating that connection, John.
My pleasure. It's been a joy discussing the impact of Van Gogh with a kindred artistic spirit like yourself.
Likewise, this has been a wonderful exchange. I'm grateful to have found a fellow admirer of his work.
As am I. Alright, I'll let you get back to your painting. Keep up the incredible work.
Thank you, I certainly will. Enjoy the rest of your day, John.
You as well. I look forward to seeing more of your vibrant, Van Gogh-inspired creations.
Lesson 3, Savvy Shoulder Season Travel.
Have you considered traveling during the shoulder season?
Yes, I've heard it can save money and avoid the crowds. What do you think are the benefits of shoulder season travel?
Well, the biggest advantage is that prices on flights, hotels, and activities tend to be much more affordable.
Absolutely, that's a huge draw. The summer and holiday peak seasons can get quite expensive.
Exactly. And you don't have to deal with the influx of tourists that can make some destinations feel overcrowded.
Good point. Shoulder season is the perfect time to experience a place with more space and authenticity.
Definitely. You can really immerse yourself in the local culture without the hustle and bustle.
That sounds wonderful. I imagine the weather is likely a bit more pleasant as well during the shoulder months.
For sure. You typically avoid the extreme temperatures of the high season, whether it's too hot or too cold.
Exactly. The mild, comfortable conditions are ideal for enjoying outdoor activities and sightseeing.
Absolutely. And you can often find great deals on flights and hotels by being flexible with your travel dates.
That's a great tip. Traveling outside of the peak times can really pay off in terms of cost savings.
Definitely. It just takes a little more planning, but the rewards are well worth it.
I'm definitely intrigued. What are some of the best shoulder season periods to consider?
Well, the spring and fall months are usually excellent, like April, May, and September, October.
Ah, I see, that makes sense. Those transitional seasons seem ideal to avoid the crowds.
Precisely. You can often find mild, pleasant weather and lower prices during those shoulder seasons.
That's really good to know. I'll have to start researching some potential shoulder season getaways.
I think you'd really enjoy the experience. It's a great way to travel more affordably and authentically.
I'm sold. Shoulder season travel sounds like the perfect way to explore new places on a budget.
Absolutely. Just a little flexibility can unlock some amazing travel opportunities.
I can't wait to start planning my next shoulder season adventure. Thanks for the fantastic tips, John.
My pleasure. I'm happy I could provide some helpful insights on maximizing your travel experience.
Definitely. This has been a wonderfully informative discussion. I appreciate you sharing your shoulder season expertise.
Anytime. Let me know if you need any other travel advice as you start planning your next trip.
Will do. I'm sure I'll be picking your brain again soon about shoulder season strategies.
Sounds good. I look forward to hearing about your future shoulder season adventures.
Absolutely. This is going to open up so many more affordable travel opportunities for me.
Wonderful, I'm glad I could inspire you to explore the benefits of shoulder season travel.
You definitely have, and I'm really excited about it. Thanks again, John.
My pleasure, Anna. Happy travels, and let me know how it goes.
Lesson 4: Seizing New Experiences.
Experience something new? That's a fantastic opportunity. Have you been considering trying anything in particular?
Yes, I've been wanting to step outside my comfort zone and explore a new activity or hobby. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, what kind of things are you generally interested in or curious about exploring?
That's a great question. I've always wanted to try my hand at pottery or ceramics. The idea of working with clay really intrigues me.
Pottery, that's a wonderful idea. It's such a unique and rewarding creative outlet.
I'm so glad you think so. I've heard it can be quite meditative and therapeutic as well.
Absolutely. The process of shaping the clay and watching your creations come to life is really mesmerizing.
I can only imagine. And I love the idea of being able to design and make my own functional or decorative pieces.
Exactly. The versatility of pottery is so appealing. You can get really creative with the forms and glazes.
That sounds amazing. I'm definitely intrigued by the opportunity to unleash my inner artist.
It's a fantastic way to do just that. Pottery can be a wonderful outlet for self-expression.
I'm sold. Now I just need to find a beginner's pottery class in the area to get started.
I'm sure there are plenty of options. Community centers and art studios often offer intro courses.
Excellent, I'll have to start researching some local possibilities. This is really getting me excited.
I can tell. It's so great when you find a new hobby that sparks that kind of enthusiasm.
Absolutely. I feel like this could be the start of a really fulfilling creative journey for me.
I have no doubt it will be. Trying new things can be both exhilarating and enriching.
You're so right. I'm ready to embrace the challenge and see what kind of potter I can become.
I love that attitude. Diving in headfirst is the best way to get the most out of a new experience.
Definitely. No time like the present to get my hands dirty and see what I can create.
Exactly. I can't wait to hear all about your pottery adventures as you get started.
Me neither. This is going to be such an exciting new chapter. I appreciate you encouraging me to try something new.
Of course, I'm happy I could help inspire you. Branching out is so important for personal growth.
Absolutely. I feel energized and eager to embark on this creative endeavor. It's going to be fantastic.
I have no doubt about that. Wishing you all the best as you dive into the world of pottery.
Thank you, John. I'll be sure to keep you posted on my clay sculpting progress.
Please do. I look forward to seeing what masterpieces you end up crafting.
You got it. Alright, time for me to go sign up for that pottery class. Wish me luck.
No need for luck, you've got this. Have fun and enjoy the process.
Lesson 5, A Journey to Fitness.
Journey, I couldn't agree more. We've got this, let's reach our fitness goals together.
Absolutely, John. I'm so excited to tackle this journey with you by my side.
Me too, it's going to be an amazing experience. We'll push each other and celebrate our progress.
Definitely. Having a workout buddy is going to make such a difference. We can motivate each other every step of the way.
For sure. Keeping each other accountable is key when it comes to building healthy habits.
Exactly. And I know that with your support, I'll be able to push past any obstacles or plateaus.
Absolutely. We're going to be an unstoppable team, conquering our fitness goals together.
I can't wait. We're going to get so strong, both physically and mentally.
Definitely. This journey is going to transform us in the best way possible.
I have no doubt about that. With our combined determination, I know we'll achieve incredible results.
I agree 100%. We're going to surprise ourselves with just how much we're capable of.
I'm so pumped up just thinking about it. This is going to be life-changing.
It really is. And the best part is, we get to experience it all together.
Exactly. Having you as my workout buddy makes all the difference.
Same here. I'm so glad we decided to embark on this fitness journey as a team.
Me too. This is going to be the start of an amazing, healthy partnership.
Absolutely. We're going to crush our goals and have a blast doing it.
Heck yes. I can already feel the endorphins and sense of accomplishment.
Same here. This is going to be so rewarding, both physically and mentally.
I agree wholeheartedly. Let's do this, partner.
You bet. Alright, let's get out there and make it happen.
I'm right beside you, John. Let's go achieve greatness.
That's what I like to hear. This is going to be epic, I can feel it.
Totally. Alright, let's get this fitness party started.
You know it. This is the start of something truly special.
I couldn't agree more. I'm so grateful to have you by my side.
Likewise, Anna. Together, we're unstoppable.
Lesson 6, The Grocery Grab.
Hey, did you go grocery shopping today?
Yes, I did. Why, do you need anything?
Well, I was actually just curious if you picked up a few things that I could use as well.
Oh, I see. What kind of items were you looking for? I'd be happy to grab them next time I'm at the store.
Let me think. Some fresh produce would be great, maybe some apples, carrots, and broccoli.
Got it, I can definitely add those to my list. Anything else you're in the market for?
Oh, and if they have any good whole grain bread, that would be awesome too.
Definitely, whole grain bread is a must. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for a nice loaf.
Fantastic, you're the best. Those few items would really help round out my meals this week.
No problem at all. I'm happy to pick those up for you next time I'm at the grocery store.
I really appreciate it. Grocery shopping can be such a chore sometimes, you know?
I totally understand. It's so much easier when you can just grab a few things for a friend.
Exactly. And it's great to have a reliable shopping buddy to help out.
Absolutely. I'm glad I could lend a hand. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Will do. I'll keep you posted if any other essentials come up on my end.
Sounds good. I'm heading to the store later today, so I'll be sure to scoop up those items for you.
You're a lifesaver, Anna. I really appreciate you taking the time to help out.
Of course, it's my pleasure. Happy to make your grocery run a little bit easier.
Definitely. Alright, I'll let you get to it then. Thanks again.
Anytime, John. I'll talk to you soon about how the grocery haul went.
Sounds good. Catch you later.
Lesson 7, Debating Democracy's Future.
And ideas, the world's greatest democracy will lead a whole world of democracies. What are your thoughts on that?
That's an intriguing perspective. Do you really think the US can spearhead a global democratic movement?
Absolutely. As the world's preeminent democracy, I believe the US has both the opportunity and the responsibility to promote democratic values worldwide.
I can see the appeal of that vision, but don't you think it's a bit idealistic? Spreading democracy isn't always as straightforward as it might seem.
Perhaps, but I still believe it's a worthy endeavor. Democracy has proven to be the most just and stable form of government.
I agree, but you have to consider the unique cultural and historical contexts of different nations. What works in the US may not translate perfectly elsewhere.
That's a fair point. Still, I think the core principles of democracy, freedom, equality, rule of law, are universal values that should be aspired to globally.
You make a compelling case. But don't you worry that heavy-handed US influence could actually undermine local democratic movements?
You raise a valid concern. Any democratic outreach would need to be nuanced and responsive to local needs and sensibilities.
Exactly. It's a delicate balance, promoting democratic ideals while respecting national sovereignty and self-determination.
Absolutely. We can't just impose our model, but rather work in partnership with aspiring democracies around the world.
I like that approach much better. Collaborative, bottom-up democratization rather than top-down mandates.
Yes, exactly. Building a global community of democracies through mutual support and shared learning.
That sounds like a much more sustainable and effective strategy. We have to be willing to learn from others as well.
Definitely. No single democracy has a monopoly on good ideas. We can all benefit from cross pollinating democratic practices and innovations.
Completely agree. It's about fostering an international exchange of democratic principles and best practices.
Precisely. An interconnected world of democracies reinforcing and inspiring one another.
I'm really starting to see the potential in that vision. It's an ambitious but noble goal.
I'm glad you're warming up to the idea. Spreading democracy globally is a complex challenge, but one I believe is worth pursuing.
I have to admit, you've made a very compelling case. I can envision how that could reshape the geopolitical landscape for the better.
Wonderful, I'm delighted to have piqued your interest. It's a vision I'm deeply passionate about bringing to reality.
I can tell. Your enthusiasm for democratic ideals is quite inspiring, John. Count me in as an eager supporter.
Excellent, I'm thrilled to have you on board. Together, I believe we can help chart a more democratic future for the world.
Definitely. This is an exciting prospect, and I look forward to seeing how it all unfolds. The possibilities are truly endless.
I couldn't agree more. All right, let's keep brainstorming ways we can contribute to this global democratic movement.
You got it. I'm brimming with ideas already. This is going to be an exhilarating journey.
Absolutely. I'm eager to see where our collaborative efforts take us. The future of democracy is bright.
Lesson 8: Cutting out the middleman.
Dollar market businesses can bypass intermediaries such as distributors or retailers and sell directly to consumers. What are your thoughts on that?
Interesting concept. Cutting out the middleman could definitely have some advantages for businesses.
Absolutely. By selling directly, they can potentially offer lower prices and better profit margins.
That's a great point. It eliminates the markup that typically happens at each stage of the traditional supply chain.
Exactly. And it allows businesses to have more control over the customer experience and brand messaging.
Absolutely, that's a major benefit. They can ensure a cohesive brand identity without dilution.
Definitely. Plus, they get more intimate access to consumer data and preferences.
Good observation. That direct connection with the end customer is invaluable.
Absolutely. It enables businesses to be more agile and responsive to market demands.
I can see why that would be so appealing, especially for smaller or emerging brands.
Definitely. It levels the playing field and gives them a fighting chance against larger, established players.
That's a great way to look at it. It democratizes access to the market in a sense.
Precisely. It opens up new avenues for entrepreneurship and innovation.
I like that. Disrupting traditional distribution models through digital technology.
Exactly. The rise of e-commerce has really enabled this direct-to-consumer model to flourish.
Absolutely. It's an exciting shift in the way goods and services are brought to market.
Couldn't agree more. And it's not just limited to consumer products, even B2B companies are embracing this approach.
Fascinating. So it has broad applications across various industries and sectors.
Definitely. The potential for streamlining supply chains and improving efficiency is huge.
I can see how that would be a major draw for businesses. Cutting out the middleman must translate to significant cost savings.
Exactly. And those savings can be passed on to consumers in the form of lower prices or reinvested into product quality and innovation.
A win-win all around. This direct-to-consumer model seems to offer so many compelling benefits.
I couldn't agree more. It's a real game changer that's reshaping the commercial landscape.
Absolutely. I'm really intrigued by the possibilities here. It opens up so many exciting new avenues.
I'm glad I could pique your interest. This is definitely an emerging business trend worth keeping an eye on.
Definitely. I'm eager to see how it continues to evolve and disrupt traditional industry norms.
Same here. The future of commerce is shaping up to be quite fascinating.
Indeed it is. This has been a wonderfully illuminating discussion, John.
I'm pleased I could provide some valuable insights. The direct-to-consumer model is an exciting frontier.
Absolutely. You've given me a lot to think about in terms of the strategic advantages it can offer.
Wonderful. I look forward to seeing how you might be able to leverage this model in your own endeavors.
Me too. This has definitely sparked some creative ideas. Thanks for the thought-provoking chat, John.
My pleasure, Anna. I'm always happy to discuss emerging business trends and innovations.
Fantastic. I'm sure we'll be revisiting this topic again soon. There's so much more to explore.
I agree wholeheartedly. The direct-to-consumer space is rapidly evolving, and the possibilities are endless.
Exactly. All right, I better get going, but this has been a wonderfully illuminating discussion.
Glad I could be of assistance. Have a great rest of your day, Anna.
Lesson 9, Preparing for the Big Event.
Yes, I heard they're happening next week. Are you prepared for it?
Oh, absolutely. I've been counting down the days and making sure everything is in order.
Wonderful, I'm so glad to hear that. What all have you done to get ready?
Well, I started by making a detailed checklist to ensure I don't forget any important tasks.
Smart move. Having a solid plan in place is crucial when it comes to big events.
Exactly. I've been meticulously going through each item on the list, checking them off one by one.
That's great. What kind of tasks have you been focusing on so far?
Well, I've been handling a lot of the administrative and logistical elements, reserving the venue, coordinating catering, arranging transportation, that sort of thing.
Excellent, those behind the scenes details are so important. What about the creative aspects?
Oh, I've been having a blast with the creative side. I've been brainstorming themes, designing the invitations, and curating the entertainment.
Wonderful, it sounds like you've really put a lot of thought and effort into crafting the overall experience.
Absolutely. I want it to be truly memorable for everyone who attends.
I have no doubt it will be. Your attention to detail and passion for this event is evident.
Thank you, John. I'm just so excited to see everything come together next week.
I can imagine. All that hard work is going to pay off beautifully.
I sure hope so. It's been a lot of work, but I'm confident it will all be worth it.
I'm sure of it. You've clearly put in the time and energy to make this a smashing success.
I appreciate you saying that. It's been stressful at times, but I'm trying to stay positive and focused.
That's a great attitude to have. Maintaining that positive energy will be key as the big day approaches.
Definitely. I know there will likely be some last-minute hiccups, but I'm prepared to handle them gracefully.
Excellent mindset. Your organizational skills and problem solving abilities will serve you well.
I certainly hope so. At the end of the day, I just want everyone to have an amazing time.
And I'm confident they will. Your dedication to creating an unforgettable experience is admirable.
Thank you, John. I'm really looking forward to sharing this event with family and friends.
As you should be. All your hard work is going to result in something truly special.
I certainly hope so. Alright, I better get back to finalizing a few more details.
Of course, don't let me keep you. You've got a big week ahead, but you've got this.
Thanks, John. I appreciate your encouragement. Wish me luck.
No need for luck, you're more than prepared. Go knock 'em dead, Anna.
Lesson 10, The Legacy of a Vice President.
Positions: he was Ronald Reagan's vice president from 1981 to 1989, and went on to have a prominent political career of his own. What are your thoughts on the legacy of that vice presidency?
That's an intriguing question, John. The vice presidency of George H.W. Bush was certainly a significant one in modern American politics.
Absolutely. As Reagan's right-hand man for nearly a decade, Bush played a pivotal role in shaping the administration's policies and priorities.
Definitely. He brought a wealth of foreign policy experience to the table, which proved invaluable during his time as VP.
Agreed. Bush's extensive background in diplomacy and national security, honed through roles like CIA director, really complemented Reagan's strengths.
Exactly. It created a potent partnership that navigated the country through some critical global events and challenges.
Without a doubt. Their close working relationship and collaborative leadership style was a hallmark of that administration.
Definitely. And it served as a springboard for Bush's own successful run for the presidency just a few years later.
Absolutely. The vice presidency provided him with unparalleled experience and exposure that primed him for the top job.
Precisely. He was able to leverage that foundation to articulate a clear and compelling vision for the country.
Exactly. And his presidency, while not without controversy, is generally viewed as a steady and pragmatic one.
That's a fair assessment. He maintained a moderate, centrist approach that appealed to a broad swath of the electorate.
Agreed. Bush was able to capitalize on his reputation for competence and bipartisanship forged during the Reagan years.
Definitely. His ability to reach across the aisle and build coalitions was a hallmark of his political style.
Precisely. He understood the importance of collaboration and compromise in a divided government.
Absolutely. That willingness to work with Democrats set him apart from the more partisan politics that have become common in recent decades.
Exactly. Bush's legacy as a statesman and consensus builder is an admirable one, even if his presidency had its challenges.
I agree wholeheartedly. He exemplified a certain civility and pragmatism in governance that is sorely missed today.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The Bush-Reagan partnership and its lasting impact is certainly a fascinating chapter in American political history.
Absolutely. It provides valuable lessons on the power of collaboration and bipartisanship in effective leadership.
Definitely. Studying their example could offer insights for navigating the polarized political landscape we face today.
Exactly. There's much we can learn from their collaborative approach and commitment to the greater good.
Absolutely. It's a legacy worthy of deeper examination and reflection.
I agree wholeheartedly. This has been a thought-provoking discussion, John. Lots to ponder here.
Glad I could offer some food for thought. The Bush-Reagan era is certainly ripe for further exploration.
Definitely. I look forward to delving deeper into this fascinating chapter of American politics.
As do I. There's no doubt it holds valuable lessons for leaders of today and tomorrow.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, I should probably get going, but this was a great conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you for the engaging discussion, Anna. I've enjoyed exploring this topic with you.
Lesson 11, The Treasures of the Sea.
Pearls and shells, the actual gold did not come from their kingdom, it was found in the mountain rivers and brought to them. What an interesting historical tidbit.
Absolutely fascinating, John. I didn't realize that the wealth of these seaside kingdoms often came from more inland sources.
Yes, it's quite remarkable. These coastal civilizations were able to leverage their access to the sea to accumulate vast riches.
That makes perfect sense. They could trade the pearls, shells, and other marine resources for the precious metals and gems from inland regions.
Exactly. It was a mutually beneficial exchange, with the seaside kingdoms serving as hubs for this lucrative commerce.
I see. So they were essentially middlemen, facilitating the flow of valuable goods between the land and the sea.
Precisely. Their strategic location on the coast gave them control over these important trade routes.
Interesting. It's amazing how they were able to leverage their natural resources and geographic positioning to amass such wealth and power.
Absolutely. The sea was truly the source of their prosperity and influence in the region.
That's a fantastic example of how access to natural resources can shape the development of civilizations.
Definitely. The sea has always been a wellspring of resources and economic opportunities for coastal communities.
Undoubtedly. And the ability to harness those marine resources was likely a key driver of their success.
Absolutely. Pearls, shells, and other sea-based exports were essentially their version of oil or gold in those times.
What an insightful way to look at it. The sea was their natural resource to extract and trade.
Precisely. It gave them a distinct economic advantage over their more landlocked neighbors.
I can see how that would have allowed them to accumulate significant wealth and power. Control of vital trade routes is so crucial.
Exactly. And with that came the ability to project influence, fund grand architectural projects, and solidify their status.
Fascinating. It really highlights how access to natural resources can shape the geopolitical landscape of the time.
Absolutely. These seaside civilizations were able to thrive by capitalizing on the bounty of the sea.
It's a wonderful example of how geography and natural endowments can profoundly impact the course of history.
Couldn't agree more. The sea has long been a source of both prosperity and power for coastal communities.
Definitely. It's an intriguing historical lesson with relevance even in the modern world.
Indeed. The ability to leverage natural resources to drive economic and political influence remains crucial.
Absolutely. This discussion has provided some fascinating insights into the dynamic interplay between land, sea, and the rise of civilizations.
I'm glad I could share this interesting historical tidbit with you, Anna. It really underscores the importance of geography and natural resources.
Definitely. It's a perspective I hadn't considered before, but it makes perfect sense. Thank you for enlightening me on this fascinating topic.
The pleasure is all mine. I always enjoy our engaging intellectual exchanges on these kinds of historical and geopolitical topics.
Lesson 12: The ebb and flow of seasonal wetlands.
Areas stay wet all year, but the shallower pools dry up in the dry season. Some of the water has been drained off. That's an interesting observation about wetland ecosystems.
Absolutely, John. The dynamic between permanent and seasonal wetlands is a fascinating topic. It really highlights the adaptability of these unique environments.
Definitely. The ability of certain areas to retain water year-round, while others experience a more cyclical pattern, speaks to the complexity of these systems.
Exactly. That delicate balance between perennial and ephemeral water sources is what allows wetlands to support such diverse flora and fauna.
Precisely. The drying up of the shallower pools during the dry season is likely a natural process that many species have evolved to cope with.
Exactly. Those species that can thrive in the temporary habitats are able to take advantage of the seasonal bounty when the rains return.
Absolutely. It's a testament to the resilience of wetland ecosystems and the specialized adaptations of the organisms that inhabit them.
Definitely. And the fact that some of the water has been drained off is an important consideration in terms of human impact on these environments.
Good point. Altering the natural hydrology can have significant consequences for the delicate balance of these systems.
Absolutely. Draining wetlands can disrupt the cyclical patterns that many species depend on for their survival.
Exactly. It can upset the fine-tuned equilibrium that allows permanent and seasonal wetlands to coexist.
Precisely. Maintaining the integrity of these natural water cycles is crucial for preserving the health and resilience of wetland ecosystems.
Definitely. It's a complex issue that requires a nuanced understanding of the interconnected processes at play.
Absolutely. Any human intervention needs to be carefully considered and managed to avoid unintended negative consequences.
Well said. The ebb and flow of these seasonal wetlands is a delicate dance that we must tread carefully when attempting to influence.
Definitely. It's a testament to the remarkable adaptability of nature, but also the fragility of these systems in the face of human activities.
Exactly. Preserving the dynamic balance between permanent and ephemeral wetlands should be a priority for conservation efforts.
I agree wholeheartedly. It's a fascinating area of study with important implications for how we steward these precious natural resources.
Absolutely. The insights we gain from understanding the ecology of seasonal wetlands can inform more sustainable practices and policies.
Definitely. It's a complex issue, but one that's critically important as we seek to coexist more harmoniously with the natural world.
Well said, Anna. This has been a wonderfully illuminating discussion on the ebb and flow of seasonal wetlands.
Thank you, John. I always enjoy our thought-provoking conversations about the intricacies of ecological systems.
The pleasure is mine, Anna. These exchanges help deepen my own understanding of these complex environmental topics.
I'm glad we could have this engaging dialogue. There's always more to learn when it comes to the natural world and our role in it.
Couldn't agree more. Alright, I should probably let you get going, but this was a wonderful discussion.